Hello, I'm Shauna. I'll be your practitioner today. Do I have your consent to film you?
Yes.
Fabulous. I'd just like to discuss some risks. You might feel a little bit sore tonight in the area that we assess, and you might feel tired for up to 24 hours. And it is possible that some emotions can come up. But we also have positive effects. You may feel relief as well in the areas that we're working on just through the movements and the assessments. You might get some pain relief. Also, we'll be able to hone in on what's going on and treat you quicker and more efficiently. Are you okay with me performing some assessment techniques and asking you some personal questions?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and you have no aneurysms or infections, type 2 diabetes, or undiagnosed masses right now?
No.
Okay, fabulous. So what brings you in today?
I have a shoulder pain and a lower back pain.
Okay, so I'd like to just do a couple tests. So what I'll have you do is just stand here in front of me. Here, I'll have you turn around. And first of all, we're going to find your sacroiliac joint. And then I will have you lift this leg for me. Perfect. And back down. So that moved. And then the other leg. That left one is kind of stuck. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to put your hands over your head and we're going to do the same. So, yeah. And then the other one. And that does move better. So we have the left side was restricted and it improved. So now can I just have you lay down on the table for me, face up? And first we're gonna check your diaphragms. So I'm gonna flex your head up for you, and then we're just gonna get you to relax. And I'm gonna bring your head into flexion, and we're just going to see which way it likes. It definitely likes to go to the right. Okay, and next we're gonna check the area between your ribs and your neck, your cervical lumbar. And that one likes to rotate to the right. And then I'm going to check between your ribs and your lumbar, and I'll just get your hands out of the way for me. Fabulous. And that definitely likes to go to the right. And then your lumbosacral, so I'm just going to see how the hips move. And that likes to go right as well. And then I will just have you breathe for me, and we're going to check ribs on inhalation, ribs on exhalation. Okay, so we have some restriction on the right, and then can I just have you cover yourself? Perfect. And we will breathe in and out. So in, out. Okay, and then in and out. Okay, so there is restriction on the right side of the ribs. So both inhalation and exhalation, and then the upper is mostly exhalation. And then I'm just going to check this right lobe and breathe in. Yeah, that's pretty good. And breathe in, out, in, out. Okay. And then if you wouldn't mind turning over, I'm just going to check your pelvic diaphragm. So I'm just going to put my hands on your glutes. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll get you to breathe in and out and in, out. Okay, and then your sacrum and in and out, in, out. Okay, so definitely the sacral movement is slow and restricted. The pelvic diaphragm does inflate though. That's good. Okay. And I'll just have you stand up for me quick and face the wall here. Just turn a little bit. Yeah, go. So and then turn around for me. So on this side, so we're on the left side and we have an anterior shoulder. We have there's an anterior shoulder on the left. So, you were saying that you hurt yourself lifting weights a few years ago,
Yeah.
and you are doing about 7 clients daily right now.
Yeah.
And so, what I believe is that you have what's called thoracolumbar. So this is a big piece of fascial tissue in the back. And you seem to have a misbalance that's sort of really strong on the right hand side. So I think there's asymmetry in your thoracolumbar, and I'd like to balance that with a couple of treatments. So the first thing I'm going to do is have you lay face up, and we are going to do your pelvic diaphragm. So this is just going to decompress your lower back so that everything in there can move better and balance when we do the rest of our treatments. So we're compressing along the top of the ilium posterior and the top of the pubis anterior, and just melting through the tissue. Until we feel pulled into the diaphragm. Okay, so my anterior hand is heading towards the left innominate, and we are stacked to the down towards the feet and towards the left, and we're rotated counterclockwise. The counterclockwise pull is increasing. There seems to be tension in the left inguinal ligament. And I have a shear towards the left innominate. And it's beginning clockwise unwinding. Feels very hung up on the ilium side of the inguinal ligament. And now we have a rotating at L5 sacral base to the right, shearing anterior to the left, and a clockwise turn beginning posterior. There seems to be tension release in the pelvis with a pull into the left QL. And I am being pushed out. And how are we feeling?
A little bit weird. Good.
Okay, so we were going left and down with a counterclockwise. We started diaphragm. Okay, so now I would like to turn you over and we are gonna do, oh, actually, I'll have you stay there for a second. So between the lumbar and the sacrum, there is a connection. So I'm just gonna do a distraction between the two, all right? So I'm gonna have you bend your knee and I'm just going to come under the sacrum, if that's all right with you. And, okay. And I will have you relax. So we are going to stack the tissue. So the sacrum is going caudal. It doesn't want to rotate, but it is going counterclockwise quite aggressively, and the lumbar is still melting. And now the sacrum seems to be coming clockwise, and the lumbar is trying to go into, oh, sacrum is counterclockwise, excuse me, and the lumbar clockwise. And it's gone into still point. And the sacrum is coming clockwise again. The lumbar is softening slightly. But the left QL is still resisting. And I feel the sacrum coming away from L5. And I'm being pushed out. Have you bend your knee. Perfect. So for the last one, you are resisting me a little bit on that left side, so I'm going to turn you over and I'm going to create some room in that left hip bone for you. Okay, perfect. So we are going to stack the glutes. Oh, I'm just going to make a quick note first. So the strain around the clock was left. So we are going to stack the glutes, and it wants to go cephalad, lateral, and counterclockwise. And then we are going to stack. Okay, actually we are going to go from right glute to left. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's better. So we are going lateral, caudal, counterclockwise. Lateral, caudal, and counterclockwise. Okay, lateral, caudal, counterclockwise. And this one, left lat is going lateral, cephalad, counterclockwise. And we're just going to wait for tissue softening. Okay, and it is pulling towards the right glutes and rotating the entire lumbar. And it seems to be pulling back through the sacral ligaments. And there's a softening occurring. And it's heading lateral again. We're getting digestive rumbling. Seems to be coming from around the cecum. And glute is going counterclockwise and caudal. And we have a lengthening across the entire lumbar. QL is going lateral, glute is letting off. QL is coming medial. Glute is beginning to relax. And I'm being pushed out. We're going to do the other side for balance. And we have caudal, medial, medial cephalad. Breathe in and out. In, out. And when you breathe out, I'd like you to hold your out breath for me. In and out. Oh, and we have a lengthening through right latissimus. And sacrum seems to have calmed down. Okay, so, and I will have you stand back up for me again. And let's just check this quick. So I will have you stand and face over there. And we will get you to lift your right leg. Perfect.
Better.
Better? Okay, and you were having troubles with flexion. Let's get you to flex forward and you can drop your arms. How does that feel?
Yeah, but I'm good with here, but
A
my
little.
tightness now is on my...
It's moved down now, hey?
Yeah.
And then let's just for fun check your rotation. And the other way. It's lengthened a little bit. There's still something there, but it's much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for your participation in my case study.